This is the Look Back Wrestling Show, and I'm your host, Ali Zakka. What's up, world? It's another episode of Look Back Wrestling Show. I'm your host, Ali Zakka, and today we're going to review Raw and Smackdown from January 1st and January 2nd. For some reason, I was going to say the first was a Sunday, but that wasn't right. So January 1st, Monday, and January 2nd. And let's go ahead and get started. We want to try to do 5 to 7 minutes for each review. And let's go ahead and get the Raw review started. So the show opens up with Kurt Angle coming out and explaining the Women's Royal Rumble and saying how there will be 30 women in the Royal Rumble this year. So that's pretty cool. It's pretty much just the same exact format, same exact number of wrestlers. And that's good to see. And Cesaro and the Bar interrupts Kurt Angle saying how they got robbed last week, which caused Jason Jordan to come out and brag. Then Jason gonna fight Cesaro, but Seth Rollins comes out and say, I'm just here to make sure that the tag team title doesn't get compromised, that you don't get injured, but you probably won't win this match. Anyway, Jason and Cesaro go back and forth, and the crowd tonight was, I guess not tonight, but that night was dead. It was quite quiet. But Jason ended up beating Cesaro, and he got the victory, and that just, the end of that segment, which the match was quite a handful of time, they had a lot of time for this match. And then you had Bray Wyatt versus Apollo Crews, which they actually gave Apollo Crews some offense. He actually had time to work, in which Titus Worldwide has now been expended because Dana Brooke is now part of Titus Worldwide, and she's sitting there and she's got up in the ring and rooting for Apollo. It's like, oh, to give him a little more character work, which is good. I'm glad. Like, I like Dana Brooke. I like Apollo Crews. Apollo Crews has a beard now, but he ended up losing to Bray Wyatt, which caused Woken Matt Hardy to pretty much appear on screen and just spew a bunch more Woken hardiness. And that's it for that segment. Alexa Bliss versus Asuka. Now, they kept saying that this match is a WrestleMania caliber match. Specifically, Michael Cole. He kept saying WrestleMania. I think Corey Graves said it as well. And the time I was watching this, I'm like, this is not a WrestleMania caliber match. Like, Alexa Bliss, she's good and all, but she's not like being a singles match for WrestleMania at this point. I don't think she's that good being a singles match. Like, I see her as a character who kind of connives and kind of wins like the Miz route. She wins with others and takes all the credit for it. Asuka, on the other hand, I could see her being in a hard-nosed WrestleMania match. So you had one half of it, and throughout the match wasn't WrestleMania caliber. Like, Alexa Bliss wasn't throwing hands with Asuka. She was more scared of Asuka and trying to run away from her. And the crowd was quiet. Like, the crowd was not into this match at all. And Asuka ended up getting the win. She made Alexa Bliss tap. So Asuka would not have a future championship match. But I'm like, this is not WrestleMania quality, guys. Like, don't put that out there. Like, if Alexa Bliss was at the point where her character was like, I'm not backing down from anybody, then I can see her being that character for WrestleMania. Braun versus Rhino. He made the match to a handicap match with Braun versus Rhino and Heath Slater. He dominates them both and just keeps destroying them over and over and over and over again. Just obliterates them. Kane, when talks to Braun about setting up some kind of alliance, Braun's like, no, I'm the alpha male. Kane said we're alpha monsters. And Braun's like, I don't need anybody to be an alpha monster. I'm one guy. Samoa Joe versus Reigns, number 2. Now, this is a pay-per-view quality match. This match was good. It gave them a lot of time. They kept going back and forth. I like this match. It had some shenanigans in where Reigns almost got disqualified, but the refs like just let them fight. It was a great match. It was good. I loved it. Reigns ended up winning, and he beat Samoa Joe. The Club teamed up with Finn Balor. So the Club reunited. Bullet Club reunited. And Finn Balor just had the biggest smile on his face throughout the whole night. It was the Club and Finn Balor versus the Mizrahi with Elias Sampson. And the Club and Finn Balor won. What? Now, I hope this actually stays a thing. I hope Finn Balor teams up with the Club. The Club gets back into the tag team title scene. Because as of right now, the Raw tag team title scene is not that great. It's not that great of a tag team division. And maybe Just make the club a little bit stronger, get more wins with the club and Finn Balor. Call them Balor Club or whatever you want to call them, or just the club. The ending of Raw ended up being Paul Heyman talking about Brock Lesnar, talking about how this is going to be the year of the beast and all this stuff, and how Brock Lesnar is going to roll through the rest of the roster and continue to be the undisputed world universal, heavyweight champion. And I'm like, okay. And Kane comes out, and Kane and Brock Lesnar gets into it. Kane chokeslam Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar gets up and does a little laugh, sit up like Kane and Undertaker do. Kane looks shocked. Brock Lesnar comes out and starts battling Kane on the outside of the ring. The Raw roster comes out and try to separate the two, which I'm like, how many times are we going to get, Brock Lesnar battling somebody and everybody else got to come separate them? It was cool when John Cena, I think John Cena and Lesnar had that. No, they had the referees intervene. It was cool when Undertaker and Brock Lesnar did it. It was cool when Samoa Joe and Brock Lesnar did it. But Kane, come on now. Come on. So that's my Raw review. Now, time to get ready for Smackdown review. So Smackdown opens up with AJ Styles giving a New Year's resolution, and he calls out Daniel Bryan's like, what are you doing? Daniel Bryan comes out, then Shane O'Mac comes out, and they all was like, well, Lesnar got in the ring, and Shane McMahon got involved, and how come Sami Zayn's on the outside? Well, he was like, well, you're going to give me Sami Zayn tonight. Make sure Kevin Owens is not there. And Daniel's like, nah, but what? Shane's like, well, what we can't do is I'll be in your corner, AJ. And Daniel's like, well, I'll just be in your guys' corner. So it's going to be Sami Zayn versus AJ Styles with Kevin Owens in Zayn's corner and Shane O'Mac and Daniel Bryan in AJ's corner. The Usos versus Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin, which was a nice tag team match, good match. It wasn't great because it had some shenanigans in it. For some reason, Chad Gable pinned Jimmy Uso when Jay was a legal guy. So, and I probably got that backwards. I always get them confused. But one of the Uso, I think it was Jimmy who got pinned, and Jay was the legal guy. And what happens there, the match gets restarted, and this time the Uso came out on top. So what happened at the first part of the match was Gable and Benjamin thought they won. They didn't win, and the Usos ended up winning, which I'm looking forward to see them in a tag team match at the Royal Rumble. I hope this happens. And give those guys 15 minutes. Give them 10 minutes. It's going to be a great, not 10 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes. It's going to be a great match. I'm looking forward to that because the tag team division on SmackDown is awesome. Those guys all know how to work together, all know how to gel and make good matches. The Bludgeon Brothers destroy Breezango before the match even starts, and then Ascension comes out and they get destroyed by the Bludgeon Brothers. Now, I had thought while watching this, if the Ascension, because back when they was in NXT, there was a big deal. They was one of the longest reigning tag teams on the roster, champions on the rosters. They was good, really good. And to see them being relegated to this low bottom of the barrel kind of tag team, but if they would have never got their credibility destroyed when they first came out, and when the Bludgeon Brothers came around, that would have been a big match. It could have been, the bad team of the Bludgeon Brothers, just two monsters versus, somewhat monsters in themselves as the Ascensions. This match should be a big deal, and it's not, sadly. But the Bludgeon Brothers just obliterates the Fashion Police, Breezango, and obliterates the Ascension. Xavier Woods versus Aiden English, which was another decent match. I'm over the pancakes. I can't imagine going to a Raw or SmackDown show, New Day coming out, and they just throwing out pancakes at people. I don't want to be that guy who gets hit with pancakes or get pancakes dumped on them. But I guess this inside joke is keep going, and they just running with it. And it was the point in the match where Xavier Woods got knocked out, and Big E is throwing pancakes on Xavier Woods to wake him up. I'm like, really? And Corey Graves is so mad. His commentating during this match was hilarious because he was so upset. He's like, why do they have pancakes on him? Why are they doing this? They shouldn't be allowed. This is disgusting. This is gross. Love Corey. But Xavier Woods ended up beating Aiden English in a decent match. They went back and forth, and Xavier Woods will now go on into the next round of the United States tournament. United States Championship Tournament? Yeah, United States Championship Tournament. Yeah. So, it's going to be next week. I guess, not next week, but the week after, or weeks to have. I said they have 3 weeks of Royal Rumble, so not next week, but in 2 weeks or 3 weeks, it'll be Xavier Woods versus Jinder Mahal. And next week, you have Mojo Rawley versus Zack Ryder again to see who goes on to face Bobby Roode in the semifinals. The Welcoming Committee versus the Riot Squad. Tamina got a pop in this match, which I thought was kind of cool. Like, I was listening, watching it, and I was like, wait, she had a pop? And then I rewind it. Yeah, she had a pop. That's great for Tamina. I loved it. And Riot Squad ended up beating the Welcoming Committee. Then Becky Lynch returns with Naomi and Charlotte, and they beat down the Riot Squad and saying, like, you know, we're here, we're back. And Becky Lynch been gone because she was doing the Marine 5, I believe, it's the 5th one, or Marine 6. One of the two. No, hold on. Give me a moment. John Cena, DiBiase, Miz. So this is the 6th Marine movie they're doing. And the Miz is also coming back next week. So give you guys a heads up on that. Baron Corbin announces that he will be in the Royal Rumble. And lastly, he had the final match with Sami Zayn versus AJ Styles. This match had room to breathe. More shenanigans happens where Kevin Owens kept trying to get involved. Shane pushes Kevin Owens and gets Kevin Owens ejected. Daniel Bryan ejects Shane O'Mac for ejecting Kevin Owens. It was like, okay. And then on that, Zayn was able to capitalize on the ejections. Gives the Haluga kick to AJ Styles, knocking him senseless, and gets the win. So AJ's like, you know what? You guys keep on getting involved in the matches. I'll take you both on a handicap match. And Daniel Bryan's like, well, that's a good idea, AJ. And at the Royal Rumble, it'll be AJ Styles versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn in a handicap match for the World Heavyweight title or WWE Championship, WWE World Heavyweight Championship, or I think at this point just called it WWE Championship. And I was like, oh, what? Is Daniel Bryan going heel? Because that's a heel move by another authority figure. Like, when Vince McMahon did that, he was trying to keep down Stone Cold Steve Austin. When Stephanie McMahon and Triple H would do that, they were trying to keep down John Cena or Daniel Bryan. So this right here is a heel move by Daniel Bryan, and he's not known it, but he's coming heel. I like this, Bryan. I'm curious to see where they go with it, and hopefully they let him wrestle. Well, that's it for this episode of the Look Back Wrestling Show. Tell me what you guys think. I won't do Royal Rumble prediction just yet. I'll probably start with Royal Rumble prediction next week when we get a little more of a, I guess, not schedule, but a little more of the slots filled out, like of the match card filled out. So I'm way out on that, and who I'm thinking right now will be my men's Royal Rumble prediction, my women's Royal Rumble prediction, as well championship matches so far. So I'm way out on that. But tell me what you guys think of this week's Raw and SmackDown. I'd like to know. I'm really curious. Put that in the comments section. And please like, subscribe, and follow, and share if you listen to this on SoundCloud. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you guys watching this episode on the Look Back Wrestling Show. See you next time. Keep being awesome. Hey guys, thanks for watching this episode. I really appreciate it. Before you go, I do want to mention I started my own business. It's called Lofty Ground Athletics. It's a motivational athletic brand. Our goal is to inspire and motivate you to go after your fitness and athletic goals. Now on our website, which is www.loftygroundathletics.com, repeat that one more time, www.loftygroundathletics.com, we will have certain gear such as the Conquer Your Challenge 100% polyester shirt. Now there's 100% polyester, or repeat that, 100% polyester. It only weighs 3.5 ounces, which means it's lightweight. It won't hold you down and let you get through any of your workouts. On the back, it has Lofty Ground Athletics on it, and these shirts are $15. We have another one that is Refuse to Be Outworked, which is also a $15 shirt. Check it out on our website at www.loftygroundathletics.com, and we're going to have more gear to come. And if you're watching this episode on YouTube, please give it a thumbs up if you really enjoyed it. Please put a comment in the comment section below of a new topic or something you want me to talk about. And please subscribe. Lastly, you can follow me on Instagram there, follow me on Snapchat there for new and daily motivational tips. And You can watch the next episode or the last episode of Grind Towards Success here and watch Movie Showdowns, which is a movie review series that I've started. Other than that, thanks for watching this episode. Keep being awesome.